So anyways, perception is the problem. Like, perception is where people get delusions from. They don't perceive correctly. And then people are gonna say, well, perception is subjective, you can't perceive correctly. I'm sorry for taking a mocking tone. Yes, but also, obviously something is objective. Like, obviously there can be a correct perception, right? Like, if we're both seeing water, the correct perception is we're both seeing water. You could, for example, perceive that we're both perceiving the same thing. That's an objectively true perception. That was a weird example. I'm saying, obviously there can be a more accurate perception of things, for sure. So you can't just say it's fully subjective. Like, there's definitely lawfulness to perception. Like, for example, when there's sight, there's sight. When there's sound, right? Like, you hear with the ears. That's pretty... Like, some people say, well, do you? I mean, if you don't see with the eyes, if your eyes get stabbed out, you stop seeing, right? So to some degree, the eyes are necessary for sight, right? In whatever way they are. And that can also be an objective perception, right? Because for almost anyone, if their eyes were damaged, they would stop seeing, and they could describe that. So there is such a thing as right perception, and that's what the Buddha meant when he said the Four Noble Truths. The right perception of things is that for conditioned formations are suffering, suffering has a cause, and suffering can end when the causes end, and there's a way to end it. So right view is nothing more than through the gradual training, one corrects their perception of things until right view is established, and right view slowly purifies perception by not fueling delusions and ignorance in certain aspects. And when perception is purified, seeing things as they really are is a condition then. And when seeing things as they really are is conditioned, I'm looking for something, yeah. When seeing things as they really are is a condition, then knowledge of the ending of the corruptions arises, and when that arises, or when the corruptions are seen, the arising and ceasing of the corruptions is seen, then the mind is liberated, and it knows it is liberated, the work has been done. But until then, you have to basically correct your perception. So, for example, lust, right? Lust is a pretty common phenomena people struggle with, and it causes various unpleasant consequences like cheating, or so many moral things around lust. I'm not gonna get into it, we all know. And what's the root cause of lust is the perception that something is visually desirable, visually appealing, right? So that's a perception, right? It's to some degree it's learned. We learn what is beautiful, what is not beautiful. That's to some degree learned, to some degree biological, but it's a conditioned perception, right? And then what the Buddha prescribed for such a situation is asubha. So meditating on basically the nastiness of the body. And that's the body has many nasty aspects. You poop, you pee, you vomit, you sweat, you get stinky, hairs grow on you, you get old, wrinkly, things can decay, the body can rot, worms coming out of it. There's so many nasty aspects of the body. It can get sick. So focusing on that perception, which is often overlooked, people don't tend to want to think about these things, basically reconditions your perception to where lust gets weakened, because now you're no longer looking at what you desire from bodies, but also what's nasty about them, right? So that corrects perception. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.